Assalamualaikum everyone, welcome back to this channel. This is me Ali Wahid and you are on the channel of Medicare. So as you know that we have started our third year of pharmacy and we are discussing every subject here. So if you are new in this channel, so please subscribe to my channel and like my video so that you can receive every video related to the pharmacy of every subject. So in today's lecture we are going to start another very important and very easy subject, which is about the pharmaceutical analysis and the pharmaceutical chemistry. So in the first video we are just giving a short introduction of this, and in the next lecture we will start the chromatography, and then we will start the types of the chromatography. But still for now lecture we are giving just a short introduction of it, none more of it. So again I'm saying to you that if you are new, please subscribe to my channel and like my video so that you can receive every video of which I upload. Okay, so before we are going to start our lecture, please recite Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Okay, so now what is the pharmaceutical analysis, what is mean by it, and why we are studying it. So first of all we see the definition of it, so I am going to define it. Okay, so what is pharmaceutical analysis? So it is defined as evaluation and the estimation and estimation of what things are evaluated and what thing we are going to estimate of specific ingredient using analytical techniques. So you are using some analytical techniques. So what are these analytical techniques? We will study them, but here we have studied at why we are doing the pharmaceutical analysis. We are doing it because we have to evaluate and we have to estimate our specific ingredient which are present in our drugs. Okay, so to make a drug we have to study that like if we are making a drug from a plant. Okay, so I am giving you any plant and we have to see that what kind of specific ingredient it has, and this kind of specific ingredient, if it is used to treat a cancer, so how to estimate it, how to evaluate it, how to take it out. So we apply some analytical techniques to it. Okay, a lot of analytical techniques we have and we apply it on like if I am giving some examples to you. So the chromatography is very important as separating analytical technique which is used to remove any kind of specific ingredient present in a specific material. So this was the definition of it. And what is the importance of pharmaceutical analysis? So it is very important to discover new drugs which are playing important role. So a lot of new drugs related to the cancer treating diseases, so they are discovered due to this pharmaceutical analysis, due to this evaluation or estimation. And it also helps us to develop more and more drug and to make them more efficient. So if a drug, if an anti-cancer tablet is more effective in capsules, we convert it more effective due to this pharmaceutical analysis. So actually after discussing its definition, I am going to tell you about its types. So the pharmaceutical analysis has two types, so I am discussing its types. So it has two types, qualitative and quantitative pharmaceutical analysis. Okay, so I am writing here qualitative. Okay, qualitative pharmaceutical analysis, and the second type is quantitative pharmaceutical analysis. So I am going to differentiate between them. So in the first difference between both of them is that qualitative, it deals with the non-numeric data, numeric data. What is mean by non-numeric data? Do you know? Yes, the non-numeric data is something which have no numerical value, which have no numbers like 1, 2, 3, 4. It is non-numerical data. At what kind of things it has? It contains the quality, some properties, and some characteristics of any drug, any specific substance. Having no numerical value, just it has the quality, some properties, and some characteristics of that particular substance which we are dealing with. Okay, and now we will move to quantitative one. So as you know, the quantitative one is which have numerical data. It has the data which has some values, which have some numeric things in it, and it majorly focus on the measuring the quantities. It measure the quantity of something, that how much it is, how much quantity it has, or some values. So it is measuring them. Okay, the next major difference between both of them is that the qualitative one, okay, so it has more subjective interpretation. It has, so it has some subjective. I explained what is mean by subjective interpretation. Okay, while this one has objective interpretation. I am writing here objective interpretation. Okay, so what is mean by subjective and objective interpretation? So the subjective interpretation mean it relies on the observation. So what things you have observed is called as subjective, and the objective one, it is the statistical methods. Okay, so it contains your statistics, okay, and measurements are included in it. Statistics and some measurements. Okay, so this was the second difference between them. First difference is that qualitative is non-numeric and it is the numeric one. It measures and it majorly focus on the quality, properties and characteristics of a particular substance, while it measure the quantity and some values of that specific substance. It has the subjective interpretation, which means observation it has, while it has the objective interpretation, which means some statistical data or some measurements are present in the qualitative pharmaceutical analysis. Okay, so the last difference between them is it is presented, the qualitative one, it is presented in descriptive manner, descriptive और narrative manner. डिस्क्रिप्टिव और नरेटिव का क्या मतलब होता है? डू यू नो? डिस्क्रिप्टिव का मतलब होता है किसी चीज़ को डिस्क्राइब करना. सो क्योंकि इट हैज़ द ऑब्जर्वेशन, सो इट हैज़ द लॉन्ग पैराग्राफ ऑन इट. ओके, सो द क्वालिटेटिव वन हैज़ लॉन्ग पैराग्राफ्स, while if you see the qualitative one, it doesn't have some paragraphs in it. It is presented in the form of charts, in the form of graph, in the form of statistical tables. So in this form you will see our qualitative pharmaceutical analysis. So this was the difference between them. So what we have studied, we revised them shortly. First we have discussed what is pharmaceutical analysis. Its definition is that it is the evaluation or the estimation of specific ingredient using some techniques which is called as analytical techniques. Then we have studied what is the importance of it. So it's important for our drug discovery and our drug development. And it has two types, qualitative and quantitative. Qualitative deal with the non-numeric data, deal with the quality, deal with the properties or characteristics of it. while the quantitative have numerical data and it more majorly focus on the quantity and the values of something. The qualitative one have subjective interpretation, mean it majorly focus on the observation, while this one has the objective interpretation, it focus on the statistical manner or it focus on the measurements and values. Then this quantitative one is represented in the descriptive manner, in the narrative manner, in the long paragraph manner, while the quantitative one is shown in the form of charts, in the form of graphs, in the form of statistical tables. So this was something that we have discovered here. Okay, so after that we will study that what kind of material undergo the pharmaceutical analysis. So a lot of materials can undergo pharmaceutical analysis, like a lot of active drug ingredients which are present in our drug, they can be used. Some bulk drug material can be go. We can discover intermediate drug during the synthesis. What is mean by intermediate? Do you know about it? I am explaining that. So like we make the drug by mixing two substances, like these are the two substances, we mix it and we make a majorly one substance. This is a one. Okay, oh, it's not showing. Yeah, so we have mixed the two substances to make our drug. So between their formation, intermediate is produced, not the final one. I have write the direct, but if you see the whole detail of this reaction, first intermediate of this reaction produced, which is like this, in which these two compounds meet up with each other and then the product will form. So this is called as intermediate. Okay, to discover this intermediate we use pharmaceutical analysis. Okay, similarly, if our drug has any kind of impurity, like if I say this drug is not pure, I can check its purity by using some pharmaceutical analysis techniques. We can check the drug stability, whether it is stable or not. We can check whether this product is efficient or not. We can check is it toxic or not. So we can check the toxicity level, we can check its efficacy, its safety. So these kind of things can be checked with the help of the pharmaceutical analysis. So this is the scope of that pharmaceutical analysis, that what kind of things can be done through it and what is the importance of it. Now after that we are going to see what are the analytical techniques we are using. So majorly two techniques are here which we use. So I'm going to erase it and then I told you what kind of techniques are. Okay, so I have told you that we are going to study some analytical techniques, that what are them and what are the the further types of it. We are not going in the detail, just I am telling you the names of it. So majorly analytical techniques are of two types, spectroscopic and chromatographic. Okay, these two kind of analytical techniques are used to evaluate or to estimate our specific ingredient, our active ingredient of that drug, to check the stability, to check the toxic level, to check the efficacy, to check the safety of that drug, to check the whether it is impure or not, whether it has impurities, to detect it, and to check the bulk of our drug. So these techniques are used. So what are the types of them? I am going to explain you in. Okay, so here are the spectroscopy types, like the atomic spectroscopy, molecular fluorescence spectroscopy, flame spectroscopy, IR, mass, NMR is very important spectroscopy techniques by which we can detect the structure of that drug, UV and visible spectroscopy, fluorometry and phosphometry. So these are the types of spectroscopic methods. Some types of chromatographic are here, like column chromatography. TLC is the thin layer chromatography, GLC, HPLC, which is the high performance liquid chromatography, LCMS, capillary chromatography, and electrophoresis. So these are the types of chromatography one. So these are the techniques that we will discuss in our whole subject of pharmaceutical analysis. So this was all for today's lecture. I hope that you like this lecture. If you like it, then please subscribe to my channel, like my videos, and also press the bell icon so that you can get the notification of all the videos that I will upload. So in the next lecture we will study a introductory lecture of chromatography, and yeah, so that's all. So please subscribe to my channel, and please remain with my channel. So take care, meet you soon in the next lecture. Till up, Allah Hafiz.